Hi there folks, welcome to Dunsy's Guitar Stuff and welcome to episode 2 of Wednesday Woes. Now, it's honestly not as depressing as it sounds. I'm simply trying to get some advice out there, talk about stuff that guitarists talk about. So today's episode is about chasing down an old guitar because of some romantic illusion that it was the best thing you ever had. So you spend years trying to find the same guitar and buy it back, thinking it'll be as good the second time around. So I have experienced this myself recently. Let's look. Now, as ever, this is a long story, a long rambling story, which I'll try to condense to a YouTube friendly format. So in 1985 there was a series on UK TV on Channel 4, which hadn't long started, called ECT, and what it was 4 live rock bands in the studio every week. Now, on one of these episodes was a band called the Torpedoes. We'll go and search the Torpedoes. So here we have the Torpedoes.
Really
the lead singer's called Misty.
Listen.
Shh, shh.
We're going to do a song now. We're going to do a song now called Hold Back the Tears. And this
Hold
is
Back the
dedicated
Tears.
to the Bailey Brothers.
This is a great tune. Now, look at that guitar. Nice, eh? Big flames as well. Now, all joking aside, I really like this tune, and I think the young chap playing that blue guitar may be Dave Caldwell, who ended up playing with Humble Pie and Bad Company. Good hair for 1985. Now, as well as liking the look of the guitar, I love the sound he got here. There's quite a heavy chorus effect on it. I think I got you crying. The drummer's actually my Facebook friend. You couldn't make this shit up. So, I remember seeing that guitar, and it was an Ibanez Roadstar RS315, and not only did I like the look of it, as I said, I loved the sound of it, and I thought I have to get one of these. And it was so long ago, I can't remember the backstory, I can't remember where I got it. I think I may have got it in Falkirk, which is near where I grew up. So anyway, I got it, an RS315. So let's look at some pictures of me. And now, these were out in 1983. I think they were only out for 1 year. I got it, I think, maybe 1985. So it may even have been second hand when I got it. But if we look at this picture, so that's me in 1986. Now, you know, I don't really want to discuss the trousers or the shirt or even the mullet that's going on. What we need to do is we need to stay focused on the guitar. So that is a 1983 Ibanez RS315. Now, I've got another picture, and I don't know if this is worse or better, but my apologies in advance for this. So that's me round about the same time, and I don't know if I joined a sports team or something like that, but I appear to be wearing very sporty gear. But to say, let's focus solely on the guitar and not how stupid I look. So this, on the right hand side, is the back of an Ibanez RS315 in 1983. Now, the picture's so bad quality I can't tell the serial number. Interestingly, in my right hand, stage left, as I was looking here, it's another Ibanez Roadster, an RS1000 I think, which I bought new. Now, that was a much higher model. It came with 2 pickups, carved top, binding, very nice guitar. So as I said, this is a long time ago, and I had these guitars for a few years, and I can't even remember what happened to them. But in my adult head for the last 10-15 years, I kept thinking, I need to get an RS315, an aquamarine blue sunburst. So on my eBay watch list, every week I would get an email saying, for sale, Ibanez RS315. And they're always in Japan, and they were always quite expensive. So I've always wanted to get one of these back. You know, that thing in your head where you think, you know, it was the best guitar ever, I need to get it back. I don't know, perhaps like thinking about an old girlfriend and think, you know, if only. But, you know, I'm a halfway married man, so that doesn't affect me. But anyway, the story continues. About a year ago, one came up on a Facebook group that I'm a member of, and as soon as I saw it, I thought, my life is complete. I need to get this Ibanez RS315. So I did. I went out and bought it. Now, I don't think it was my original guitar. It may have been, I don't know, doubt it. As I say, I can't remember where it went. So I did buy it. So here's another picture. So that's me last year with the Ibanez RS315 and a Darkness t-shirt on. And I was so happy. It was 100% original guitar. Frets were a bit low, but it was nice, and it sounded fantastic. Came with a tremolo arm. So happy. I even did a video on the internet for people to view. From the date here says 7th of June 2018, and this is me in my Ibanez Roadstar
Diamond Head
RS315 from 1983 doing Walls Fall Down by the glorious Wasted. Let's fast forward this rubbish. So there's me explaining how the guitar works.
Pickup is an Ibanez V2, which I believe is a bit like a super distortion.
Shut up.
This guitar's 100.
So there you are. So happy to be playing my Ibanez RS315, and well, I was for about 4 months, and then I thought, you know, I've been playing Les Pauls for the last 30 years. Why on earth have I got a heavy metal Ibanez Roadstar? So one of my friends knew I had it and just popped me an email and says, are you selling that Ibanez? And I took about 10 seconds and I thought, yeah, probably am. I don't really see me using it. I'm too busy playing Les Pauls, Flying V's, Gibson type guitars, and it was just some crazy romantic ideal that I had. I thought, if I buy back my first guitar, I can maybe buy back my youth, and you can't do that. So I sold the guitar for what I bought it for, and he's super happy to have it. Although that said, he was maybe like me. He was maybe just chasing down the dream, and maybe he's now sold it on to another guy who's the same age as us. Difficult to say. So yes, there you go. So today's lesson, if there's any, is don't go chasing down that old guitar. It's probably not as good as what you remember. Somebody at the door. Yeah. So I'll go and get that. So thank you once again for watching, folks. Tune in for more miserable old guy talks about guitar stuff, but I think we've all been there, so let's get it out in the open. Cheers for now.